Hey guys, Mish9399 here. I've got a new YouTube channel that I've just sort of opened up off my original account, and I've got myself a new computer, and I've been playing a few games, e.g. Farming Simulator, as you can see here. Also into Minecraft, The Sims, SimCity, that sort of stuff. Going to be starting off a couple of videos on this farming simulator here, just to sort of kick off. I'm also going to be doing a few probably Minecraft ones as well. Let me know in the comments as to whether or not you'd prefer to see something more along the lines of your vanilla Minecraft, or whether you want something like Vaults or your Feed the Beast series or anything like that. Let me know in the comments. I'm happy to do either. I've only really played vanilla, but I'm really looking forward into getting more involved in it all and obviously amping up my game, so to speak. So we'll jump in here now. We'll go into career. As you can see, I've got a couple of different accounts here at the moment. We'll open up a new game, number 3, and jump into here. We'll set it off as easy to start off with, just to see how things kick along. I will start off as just Hagenstead as well. We'll start off like a first season, so to speak. We'll go a few episodes, see how things are travelling, 50, 100, whatever. And then we might do like a season 2 where we sort of transfer over to maybe another map and get a few extra mods. At the moment I've got the Titanium Edition add-on pack through, which gives us a few extra bits and pieces to play with. So this, we'll just jump straight in. This is a new farm. Follow the gravel path on your left to the main area. Oh, we've already gone off that. And you'll find more introductory points. So let's jump on through, and first things first, this is obviously our farm. Got a couple of areas, silos over there, and seed pallets, fuel tanks just over there. We got the hay bales and that sort of stuff, fertilizers, a couple of tractors and things as well. But first things first, as pretty much every farming simulator map has, we got a field of wheat over here. So we'll jump in our little harvester, which is probably one of the first-ish things we're gonna kind of get rid of. So we'll pull him up. We'll hire a worker, maybe. We got to attach the equipment before we hire a worker. That'd be smart. So I'll let him do his thing. We'll quickly jump into one of the other tractors and get a trailer organised. Then we'll basically cultivate this field up. We might do some canola. I think canola's probably, let's have a little look in here and see what's what. So, wow, okay. So I think canola's probably going, pardon me, sorry guys, got the hiccups. Canola's probably going to be the best way to go in terms of money. So what we might do is hook into canola, get a few fields going. We'll probably, once we get enough money, we'll probably buy this field behind us, cultivate in between the paths, so that way it's one massive field, and that'll give obviously a little bit extra. And we will basically keep harvesting them, and then we might see about either going to buy, I don't know, maybe field 19 or 18, it's nice and close, or even maybe 26 or 27 up the top there, or the bottom of the screen, on our little mobile phone map that we've got there. Like I said, I've got a couple of little other like my own little personal plays that I've got there that I've gone through, so I know the map fairly well. As we go through, obviously I'll show you a few different points of where's what and what's where and whatnot. So we might hit the tab button, jump on over. You're at the cows, so this is where the cows are, all the way, as you can see us there near field 35. We're now at the sheep over near 37. So these two little tractors here we will probably sell off once we get some money. This is down near the, I'm fairly sure, let me just have a quick little look so I'm not lying, the farm shop. That's where we are down here, near some bigger fields like number 1, and we're back at the farm. So I think we'll start off by whacking a weight on this guy, jumping over to this bigger guy, and we'll hook up our little trailer here, head on over to our harvester. Oops, sorry guys, just got the microphone. Whoop. And we will just smash into a couple of things while I scratch my face. Lovely! Is this gonna work? Are you gonna help me off? No? Okay, I think this is a little... No, maybe not. Well, now we're gonna have to reset them. Yay! Not even probably 10 minutes in and we're all gonna have to reset some bits and pieces. Take them off. Go on. Okay. So, as I said before, let's attach this trailer and try not to run into anything while we're doing it. As you can see, I'm very skilled into manoeuvring around objects and whatnot. So, like I said, we'll pop on over and get this field harvested. Looks like he might be full. Is he? Yeah, he's full. So we'll get this guy unfull, and we'll get the cultivator hooked up to another tractor and start it going. And then what we'll do is we'll plant this field and set off some of the stuff that we've got in our silos at the moment, so that way we've got a little bit of income there. We might be able to get ourselves maybe, I don't know, a bigger seeder, or actually the first thing we should probably do is get a fertilizer or a sprayer. That way we can get some more yield off our crops as well, which will obviously bring us in more money. And obviously, more money we get, the more things we can do. I was meant to actually put this trailer, and now it looks like I'm going around in circles. But if I pop this little trailer down the bottom here, at the end of this field, hopefully the harvester will see it, and it will open up and unload its goodness. So we're getting this tractor now, and we will grab the cultivator. Because the plows, they're a good thing to have on the farm to obviously extend fields and that sort of thing, and sort of create your own, or maybe even turn, you know, a field that you've ploughed as grass into something else. But they're not the easiest thing to do in terms of actually getting the field prepped. In this particular game, because obviously it's sort of on an angle, so you miss bits and pieces, so you don't obviously get the full field to go through. But that's alright, we won't worry about that at this stage in time. We'll just get on cultivating through, and we've just hired a worker there just so we can butt on out. Pardon me, got some burps going on. So we'll hook up our little seeder, fill him up, head on over. We'll change him over to canola, which is this little flowery plant on the right hand side down the bottom there, as you can see. Obviously that's telling us that this is where we can refill our seeds, which we need to go a little bit further, and a little bit further again. There we go. So we can refill those seeds up. And I'm not sure whether you guys know, you probably do. But once you've actually got seeds in the seeder, if you hire a worker to actually do the seeding, you don't actually use up any seeds, which is obviously a good thing for this tiny little seeder, as it only has 250 seeds in it. So you won't get very far before you have to turn around and come back, will you? So we'll hire a worker once old mate finishes off the cultivating, I should say, not cultivating. What does that even mean? Whoops, looks like our little trailer's in the way there, so we'll just sit here, flick through a couple of little tractors, get in this guy, see? He's filled up a little bit more than what he was, so obviously he's done his job. And hopefully old mate will come back down and do another pass before he gets too full, so we can sit this guy down the bottom here. One of the other things I'd like to firstly get rid of is this little trailer that we've got. It's not the best to reverse, as it's got its articulated wheels at the front, I think is what you call them. Either way, it makes them a pain in the ass to reverse. Nextly, I'd probably want to, so yeah, obviously upgrade the trailer, upgrade the seeder so we get more seeds out, so that way, you know, it does a larger area at once. Upgrade this cultivator to a bigger one. That way there's sort of something for each, and obviously sell off those little tractors that the seeder's on, and hopefully get another tractor. But before we probably get into any of that, what I'd really like to do is get enough money to buy this field up here and connect them up, so that way it's one big field, which I do in a lot of my own series. That way, you know, there's less back and forward movements and things like that between fields, and stopping and starting harvesters and whatnot. It also shows my awesome skill of how to not go about doing it, but we'll get to that when it gets there, I suppose. So while these guys, golf course, we've got missions, which I don't really like to do, mainly at this point in time because I haven't got the money to obviously get the equipment that we need to have to do it. And not only that, I mean, it sort of takes us away from the farm. It's a good thing to do maybe in between while you're waiting for fields to obviously grow. But in saying that, by the time you get to a point where you've got a lot of fields, you're waiting for them to grow and that sort of stuff, and you actually got the money to buy the equipment to do it, you don't necessarily need to actually do it, because by the time you're at that point, you've already got a lot of money and you're already pretty well set up in terms of income and that sort of stuff. So realistically, you don't really need to go ahead and do it. So I'll move this tractor out of the road quickly. That way old mate can keep going and cultivate those fields for us. And, looks like this guy down here is almost done, so we might follow him through. Set the cruise control. Oh, we're not far enough. And we'll look at all that juicy stuff, eh? Look at that. Great little picture, eh? So guys, while we're waiting on all this, and there's not really too much that I can really discuss with you at this point in time in terms of what we've, well, there is a little bit actually. I mean, what I'd like to achieve, obviously we all want to be millionaires on the game and afford all the little bits and pieces and luxury items, but I want to touch base on pretty much everything. I'd like to get into obviously the biogas stuff, so fermenting the corn and that sort of thing. get into sugar beets, potatoes, get into other seeds and that sort of stuff. Maybe I haven't really done much in baling and that sort of thing, so I wouldn't mind giving that a go as well. See what we can sort of do there. Nor have I done too much in the way of livestock, like your cows and your sheep. I've done a little bit of chickens and that sort of thing, but not much of the rest of it. So it might be nice to obviously go through it and touch base on it for those guys out there that obviously don't know what Farming Simulator is and would like to get into it. I want to sort of show you how to start it all up and the best way to do it. So I find in my little own adventures that I do on this game is if you sort of get this field all done, get it all cultivated, get it seeded again, get it growing, and then take your trailer and basically sell off virtually everything you've got in your silos at the moment. So we'll have a little look actually and see what we currently got. So we got a decent amount of everything, kind of. Everything's over the 15,000 mark, so that's always good. So we'll pretty much sell everything off, so that way we start fresh and it gives us that little bit more income. So we might be able to turn around. Pardon me guys, I've got the hiccups like no tomorrow. But yeah, we'll get that all sorted and probably buy ourselves a trailer first off, a bigger trailer, because this one doesn't really have the biggest amount in size wise, and like I said, the reversing is a pain in the bum. So we'll get that all sorted, get some canola growing, sell all that stuff off to start with. But for this episode, I think what we might do is get this field done here. We might turn around and seed it as well, and probably sell maybe one load of canola. We'll take that to what's got the most, probably the inn. So the inn's nice and close, so we can do that this episode. We'll take a load down there. That way, obviously, for you that don't know, now know where the inn is, and you've got an idea of what's what. And we've touched on pretty much everything. So obviously we've got the harvester hiring away there, doing his thing. We got the little red tractor over here doing the cultivating, and we might actually get this guy seeding now. That guy's more than halfway. And we're almost finished harvesting now, so that's obviously, whoops, wrong button. That's obviously a good thing. So we'll get this guy seeding. We've got canola growing there. And empty this guy right out and move him out of the road. One of the first, well, there's lots of first things I'd like to do, as you can probably tell and hear from my viewing. But I'd really like to upgrade this harvester as soon as I can. But there's a few things I'd prefer to upgrade beforehand, e.g. maybe another tractor, new trailer, seeder, that sort of thing, cultivator. That way we can speed things up a little bit and obviously get more money coming through. So out of that field there in wheat, we got 5,207 worth of wheat out of that one field. So not too bad, but I'm not 100% sure. I think we might get a little bit more from canola. So what I'll do is I'll take notes down and see what's what and what our obviously best production is for the field, to see what we actually keep growing, and obviously take a load down and sell it off to see what's going to give us more money in the long run as to terms of yield and all that sort of stuff. So silos again, that gives you a little info there. So we'll load up. So we got the first one there is wheat. That one there is your barley. Then we got canola and corn. And sugar beets and potatoes are over there in that little shed there. So we'll load up, like I said, with a load of canola. And while we wait for that field to be seeded, we'll run this down to the inn and sell it all off, get a little bit of money, and we may even be able to upgrade our trailer this episode, depending on what we get back, which would be fantastic. And then by the time we come back, the field should be cultivated right up. Sorry guys, I'm used to Australian roads where we drive on the left-hand side instead of the right hand. But we'll get used to that again, won't we? And yeah, that field should be all seeded and all done, ready to rock and roll. Now that I think about it, I'm not 100% sure whether we want to get a new trailer just yet, or whether we should potentially get ourselves a fertilizer or a seeder. That way we can obviously bring in more yield, but I think they're a little bit more expensive than what a trailer might be. So we'll see how much money we got, and obviously, you know, leave your comments in the description to see, or leave your comments below, I should say, not in the description, as to see what's out and about, and what's the best way to go, and what do you guys actually think we should get going, as in buy and that sort of stuff. Because obviously I'm putting this video out for you guys to view and obviously to enjoy. So I want to involve you guys as much as I possibly can. I've also got a Twitch account which I wouldn't mind actually doing maybe a live stream or two as well. That way, you know, I can interact with you guys there and then. And yeah, try and get you guys more involved in the terms of, you know, what goes on in the series and what you'd like me to do first off and next off, or, you know, little goals and that sort of stuff. So let's have a little look. We've actually got quite a lot of money out of that. So for that harvest there, we got 14,223 out of one load of wheat, which isn't too bad if I do say so myself. Obviously we take out some wage payments in there, and vehicle running costs down there in other. I know that's up the top there. What's in other? That'll be the seeds that I use when I'm planting. That's what that would be. But we'll turn around, go back up to the shop, and see what we got in there that we can buy. Give you guys a little bit of a choice as to what you'd like me to go through and get. And we'll obviously next episode, which I may be able to put one out tomorrow as well, depending on obviously rendering times and that sort of thing. I'll have to work that out in this video or after this video and upload it and whatnot, and try and give you guys an idea of obviously when I can get videos out there. I would love to do it daily, but I do work full time, so maybe a little bit harder in terms of what's what, and they may even be uploaded later at night, so they won't be available to, I don't know, the next morning, so to speak. But either way, you know, I'll do my best to try and get something out daily, if not every second day, definitely. Alright, so I'll just cut through here. Sorry guy, just ran you over even though you didn't budge. We'll pop up here. get rid of this little guy here. Park our little tractor in there. So in this little box here is where we can sell things, which we just hit this little button here. This is the bank of Hagenstead, so to speak. So the maximum loan that I can take out is 20,000. I've actually got a loan there of 50,000, obviously to get the equipment that I have. So I would like to possibly get that down soon, but at the same time we may need it, may want to upgrade some things sooner and take out a little bit of a loan. But the goal is to obviously be debt free, own everything outright, and basically all the income that we get from our fields and crops and things will basically pay for themselves basically. So we don't need tractors, we don't want front loaders, we don't want harvesters at this stage, no tippers. Here we go. So as I said guys, we do have the titanium edition add-on installed, and I've also got another mod installed which is for a couple of cats, the 980H articulated loaders, and well, I know that one is articulated. I'm not 100% sure what the AWS stands for. There we go, all-wheel steering. Silly me. But yeah, I installed that for mainly one of my other series where I got into the silage and that sort of thing. The bucket that I was using was a 10,000 litre bucket with the lizard tank, with the lizard front loader, and it done its job. But when I got into bigger and more, and started to fill up quite a lot of silos, it was just getting too much. So I searched around and found this one. It's a great mod. Obviously a 25,000 litre bucket, and the front's massive. And some may think it's not realistic or anything, but it does its job, and I enjoy the mod, so well, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Trailers. So the next one up's the Gilbert 1800 Pro, which is 2100, which is just below 25,000 litres, which is not too bad. I mean, it's a big step up from 5,000, so we can afford that at the moment, which is great news. All the rest of them are pretty much too big. I'd love to get this guy, the big daddy, as I like to call him, 6100 loading captivity, which is fantastic. And I also like to tow it with the with this big guy here, the lizard truck, which came in the mod pack that's in here as well. Fantastic truck. The turning circle itself's not the best, but it's very quick and very easy to use, that's for sure. But yeah, anyway, we'll jump back and have a look at the sprayers. So we can get a little sprayer here that's I don't think that's an actual sprayer. So the next sprayer we can get is 28900, which is a 24 meter width, which is huge. But we've only got 25, so we may have to do another truck load down, or trailer load down. Fertilizer wise though, that's an 18 meter one there, which we can get for now, I suppose. So we might actually do that, I think. So we'll get that guy, we'll jump out the front and jump on in. I think this has actually got a front attachment on it, so we can actually take it back with us. So So we'll chuck a bit of a Yui. See if we can attach this to the front. Oh, we can. Fantastic. So we'll take this back to the shop, or to the farm. Sorry, not the shop. And I think that will pretty much end the episode once we just double check that everything's finished up out on our fields. And we will go from there. I love how the shop's so close as well to our farm. It's very ease of access, so to speak. Now, as you guys will probably notice, more so than anything, I do tend to leave things lying around. It's not necessarily intentional or anything, I just find it easier. I like, for these 3 fields here, once obviously I get myself going, I like to keep a set of everything here, ready to rock and roll. Yeah, a little bit out of the way. That way everything's sort of there, ready to go. So guys, for the next, while we wait for these guys, I was going to end the episode here, but while we wait for this guy, I might tell you a little bit about myself. So, my real name's actually Hamish. From Australia, obviously. 21 years old. Live in a small town. I don't really want to name where it is, due to privacy reasons. Work for a company called 40 Winks. Basically their main truck driver. So I go all around, trip around all the countryside. I enjoy games, obviously, which is why I'm doing this video. I enjoy cars as well. Might have to do a little bit of a vlog type of thing as well. Show you off my car and whatnot. I drive a 2010 SSV SE Commodore 6-speed manual, so big 6-litre V8 underneath the hood. Looking to do a few mods and things like that to the car. It's got a couple on the moment from the previous owner. It's a very special car. It's obviously a limited edition, a special edition. There's not too many of them out there in the colour that I've got. I think in Australia itself there was only about 8 or so made in manual itself, which is quite good. And I absolutely love it. It's a great car. It gets me from A to B and makes a great sound, and it goes fast. So you know, it's good, and does its job, which is obviously the main thing. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. If there's little bits and pieces that you'd like to know, I might do a live stream one day soon, and answer a few questions while I'm going, a little bit of a Q&A, so to speak. And we will go from there. Yeah, so guys, I might leave this here, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Don't forget to comment in the list below, to let me know obviously what you guys would like to see me do on this series. I might try and do a Minecraft video soon as well, and do a little bit of let's play on that. So if you'd like to leave a comment in the description if you guys are Minecraft fans, and just try and work out as to whether I go vanilla or one of the mod packs, or maybe even both. Maybe I might spice it up a little bit and do a couple of videos of each. But yeah, I've been enjoying this so far. It's been a new experience for me, obviously, recording a video and whatnot. Hopefully the quality of it turns out good. I'm recording in 1080p, so that should be fantastic. I've been monitoring my frames per second the whole time, and they haven't really dropped below 50. So obviously that's fantastic, and good news for you guys and myself, obviously. Shows that my computer's doing its job. But yeah, I mean, if there's something you'd like to see, again, like I've said before, let me know. And I've been Mish9399, and I hope you enjoy the video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.